Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I sound like a broken record, but we're starting this one off on the good old M25. I'm on a slip road, but we're looking at this camper van here. The signs are there, and I don't mean road signs, I mean the signs are that it's a camper van, it's a foreign camper van, and they're obviously here on holiday, so they're not going to be used to our roads. So cut them some slack. So he's coming to the slip road a bit late. So as I say, cut him some slack. You probably don't know where he's going. It's all I was going to say it's all foreign to him, but that probably is not the right wording. But I'm going to leave that in. Now, if we go to the rear camera now, we get the impatient people that are just going to undertake him. And if this is not an advert for the highway code changing the recommendation that you shouldn't undertake to putting it to a must not undertake, it's this. Especially the little van there. The little van there is a muppet. And you'll see on the back of his van in a second, there's a sign. Drivers wanted. Yeah, you definitely do want some drivers, some proper drivers. So we've got two lanes that go right. As this van moves over one, we've got two lanes that go right and one that goes left. But look what the van does now. It doesn't go in the inside lane to be in the inside lane. It's in the wrong lane. So it's going to go right across them solid lines and everything. I don't know a better advert why you should not undertake than that. As I keep saying, you don't have to just read road signs. Sometimes you have to read the person as well. You have to read what they're doing or gonna be doing. And I could see it, but these two idiots in front of me couldn't see that or couldn't be bothered to see it. So we're looking at the little van now. So the signs are with him that he's impatient because he undertook, and he's aggressive because he undertook and cut straight across. So why should anything change on this road? So now we're on the M4 slip road. We've just come off the M25 and now we're just about to get onto the M4. As you can see, there's only one lane, and it's quite busy, so no one can go anywhere. So why drive that close to the person in front of you? There's no point. They can't go anywhere. You know, the vision is terrible. You can see that there's a van in front of him. Now, he pulls over to like he's going to overtake him on a single lane. It's like putting pressure on him. Making him panic. Put pressure, 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 pressure. And in the end, the car does actually move out of his way as he goes over the line, solid line, to get past him. I mean, how aggressive can you be? No wonder there's a sign on the back of the door saying drivers wanted. They probably get banned all the time. In this clip, I'm turning right. I'm in a big queue. That little dot back there is the end of the queue. But not for some people. Especially if they're professional drivers. You know, private hire drivers. Like this clown. He's not going straight on like the sign says that he should. He cuts right in front of that lorry in front of me. Makes the lorry brake to cut in front and turn right and skip all that big long queue. In this clip, I'm going to be picking on a cyclist. Or is it just showing you what a cyclist does? In this clip, I'm going to be picking on a cyclist again. This one with a baby on board. This guy right in front of me to the left here. Now he's riding with one hand, holding the baby with the other hand. But there's a red light there, mate. There's a cycling box there. But you go through it, yeah? and he waits there. But now, if you're in his position there, you cannot see any traffic lights. So he doesn't know when he's got a green light. So if you're stopped there, halfway across the junction as well, you might as well have stopped in the cycle box. You could at least see the green light when it turned. Now you can't. Or what the colour of the road traffic lights are. And now he's looking a bit all over the place, and he just decides to go up the pavement. Now I don't know whether that's a shared pathway or not, but it just sums them up. To add a little bit of balance to it, it's a red light coming up, and a car just goes straight through the red light. I mean, that was so clear. So it's not just cyclists that go through red lights. Now in this clip, I've broken my own rule by having copyrighted music playing, and I was singing along to it, so I won't leave it on for obvious reasons. This van we're looking at, I mean, I did wonder where it was going. Thought it was going to drive on the wrong side of the road towards me there for a minute. I was on form actually. The horn was going and there was a lot of mouth, but obviously you can't hear that because I had music playing. So he's cut the corner, stopped that car getting out. Muppet. Now in this clip we're looking at a couple of cyclists again. Yes, I'm picking on them again, aren't I? Over there to the left hand side, there's a couple of cyclists. We're looking at the one in the yellow. Now it's only one lane at the moment, but it does go into 2 lanes. Now I don't know the procedure for cyclists when they change lanes. I do know the procedure for a car. Obviously, if you indicate in a car to go to the right-hand lane, it doesn't give you priority just because you've put your indicator on. The car that's already in the right-hand lane doesn't have to let you in. But is that the same for cyclists? Do they have to wait to be let in or wait for a gap like cars do? Now, I would seriously like to know the answer to that from the cyclists that follow the channel. And that is if it's done properly. The guy in the yellow doesn't even do it properly. There is no hand signal, and he doesn't even look behind him to check over his right shoulder. He just moves out and then looks afterwards. The guy behind him does a little bit better. I'll run the clip now and you can let me know in the comments down below. So you saw him there. He just pulls out and then looks afterwards after he's pulled out. But that could be too late. We keep saying about them being vulnerable, but they keep putting themselves in vulnerable situations. And don't get me started on going through red lights again. Anything to avoid the red lights with them. Now in this clip, I've got a learner to my left hand side there that stalls. No big deal, that does happen. You're learning. It's part of it. Now you saw the yellow box junction that I just drove past. Now when we come to the rear camera now, the car behind the one that's behind me, the little sporty thing, is going to drive into that yellow box junction, but cuts right across the learner. To get out of that yellow box junction, it's put that van in the yellow box junction, so that van might be getting a fine because of that sports car there. Nice, eh? And how bad have you got to be bibbed aggressively by a learner? Rightly so though, I've got to say. So there could be a couple of fines coming out there, but not the sports car. They won't even look at her. All they're interested in who was in the yellow box junction, not the fact that they were cut up. Another one of my favourites, pedestrians crossing the road on a green light. We've had to wait, why don't you? How dangerous is that as well? There could have been anything coming round the outside of that. Anything. Motorbike, push bike, whatever. Do I have to say it? Yep, I'm on the good old M25 again. Now these solid white lines to the left there, do they mean anything anymore? Doesn't seem to be. People just go straight across them. And look at this Kia, keeping everyone waiting. But then it was solid lines. So I sort of see what he was doing there. He waited till the solid lines had finished. Why not do it further up the road here? Have a look further than the end of your bonnet and you might see that the road is a little bit clearer up in front. And as we go to the rear, you'll see even professional drivers are not looking further down the road. Going straight across the solid lines. Another professional driver.
Lovely producer Tom there.
In the next clip, there's a cat that crosses the road, and I just want to reassure everyone that it doesn't get hurt. Okay, so you don't have to hide once you see this cat that's about to cross the road. It's perfectly fine and does manage to get across the road. It's about the reaction times of drivers when they see things is pretty bad, and I want to show you why I think it was pretty bad. But the cat's fine.
Because I needed to be helpful in every single game. If I'd have told the manager I was saving myself, he'd probably sent me back. Nowhere near a good enough player to say I'm going to pick and choose. Yeah. When you got your chance, you got your chance. It was the same with training as well. I've got the feeling, given the teams that I played against that were your teams, it would have been the same.
Amazing how
train as you play, everything that you do from Monday to Friday,
some people
exactly
are
the same as it comes
at spotting something like that.
And you go out and you die for those 3 points.
Now I'm going to show you this again in slow motion because I have a theory to why their reaction times were so slow. They should be able to see the cat now. You can hear my scream, my silly girly scream. But look at his hand. That blob there isn't his left hand, that's his right hand, which means he's on the phone to me. He was leaning over to the left hand side, that the camera doesn't actually quite pick that up. But I think he was on his phone, which is why he didn't see that cat. Even the Mercedes behind him, I think he was on the phone too. He was slow to react. But look where his hand is. In exactly the same position. His right hand right across the steering wheel. Left hand probably holding the phone. Can't prove any of it, obviously, because you can't see the phone. But who drives with their right hand right across the steering wheel like that? Unless you've got a phone in your left hand. My girly scream again, and we see there's his right hand right across, left hand nowhere in sight. And as we come to the Mercedes, pretty much the same thing. That one's not too bad there, but it was right over a lot more than that. So it's just my little theory on that. No doubt that you're probably going to say otherwise in the comment section. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.